Yep, jugones, muy buenas a todos, soy Ñaku y aquí seguimos con The Technomancer. Está la verdad que bastante interesante. Y nos vamos a hablar con el mercader que nos tienes que esconder en la caravana. Vamos a ver qué nos dice.
Dandolo sent me.
You're the Mancer, right? He told me about you. I've already started talking about the routes I'll take in the future. If there's a spy, he'll hear
Pues
about
acabemos
it
con
soon
él, ¿no?
enough.
Good. Then if you're ready, I'm gonna hide in your merchandise.
Get in my sand cell and hide him on the cargo. You should be safe there.
Vale. O sea, sea aquí, ¿no? Muy bien. A ver, ¿te activas o no te activas?
We're under attack! Get out, quick! Get out!
Coño, ya nos atacan. No me disparéis. ¡Hala! ¡Que no me dispares!
Talk. Who sent you? I can't. The ASC would kill me if.
Pues si no te mataré yo.
Should have known you worked for Victor. Who told you where to attack? A merchant. The one who always
Mercader.
gives us information. Dressed
Uy, ese de allí.
like that one over there.
¿Y ese de allí dónde? A ver. No. Ay, mira, matar al sapo acorazado. ¡Ah! Ah, nos querían engañar. Vale, pues... A ver, informar a Dandolo. Vale, pues vamos para allá. Vale, vamos a informar a Dandolo de lo que ha pasado con la emboscada. A ver, ¿por qué siempre te escondes, Dandolo? Ven para acá.
Zachariah, what can I do for you?
Coño, pues los espías. Uy, las revelaciones del saqueador y los espías de Víctor. Bla, 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 bla.
I stopped the ambush and interrogated the looters. Right all along. Victor's behind it all, and he's got a man in Noctis feeding him information. Apparently one of your merchants. They don't know his name.
Vaya.
A merchant? Bullshit. There's not a merchant alive here who'd betray Noctis. That being said, a man came recently. A trader who left his corporation because he said they were threatening him. He was short on details, and maybe long on lies. Bet ya he's our Mo. Trader, merchant, all the same to the people of Ophir. Not to me, though. Not to a
Bueno,
merchant.
interrogaremos.
Maybe you could pay him a visit.
We'll see what he has to say.
Vale. Esto es la información de la misión, ¿no?
ASC's on.
Zachariah, calm down.
I talked to Anton Rogue, and he told me probably
Sí, esto
scattered.
es lo mismo.
Ah, no, Zachariah.
Sí. Vale, pues vamos a ver el mercader. Supongo que lo tenemos por aquí. Vale, por aquí. Perfecto. Vamos a buscarlo. Bueno, pues tiene que estar por aquí. Vamos a ir preguntando. A ver... Mercader.
Welcome! Welcome. Are we looking for something in particular today?
Do I know you? From Ophir?
Ophir.
Pues sí que es este, sí.
The threats of the secret police forced me to leave the city.
And somehow threatened you enough that you're now working for them?
I won't be taken alive, Mancer!
Bueno, es tu decisión, no la mía. Hostia, ya ha caído.
Stop!
Hola.
Stop, please! He has my family and threatened to kill them if I didn't tell him where the caravans were. I promise you.
Vale, tiene a su
I
familia.
didn't have a choice!
That's how Victor works. You have a weakness, he'll exploit it.
Dejar que se marche.
Get out of the city, and don't come back. Dandolo's not one for betrayal, for any reason. You stay, and you won't live long.
Karma +1, ¿no? Al menos.
Yes, Thank you very much.
¡Ah, no me dan karma! ¿Pero qué es esta vergüenza? Que lo he dejado vivir. Pero, cuánto cabrón. Bueno, vamos a ver a dándolo. Vale. Por aquí lo tenemos. Que ahora ya sé dónde te escondes. Aquí, con la chica, ¿eh? Ah, no eres tonto ni nada.
Zachariah, what can I do for you?
You were right. The trader was dirty. I barely started asking before he unwound.
You're an intimidating force, Mr. Mancer.
Hombre, éramos
Then
3 contra
what?
1.
I
No
told
voy a
him to get
mentir.
out of Noctis.
And now what? He runs to his master and divulges everything he knows about our defenses, our city. Your pity might well cost us more than just one man's life.
Te
now.
fastidias. No me dijiste que lo matara.
But who am I to judge you not killing a man? We've seen too much blood already in these times. Forgotten life is sacred. Maybe he won't survive the trip. It's a long trip to Ophir on foot. Beneath the sun, among the creatures, brutal. So we'll cross our fingers and hope it does him in. Thank you for your efforts.
No me quites reputación,
Even
¿eh?
if I wished they'd take
Que no me han dado
a different
karma.
turn.
Bueno, no me dan nada. Pero bueno, 1000 puntitos. Vale. Pues quiero ir a por el domo. Así que vamos para allá. Vale, pues vamos a ir a por el domo. Lo que pasa es que como es un sitio misión de tecnomantes, lo que voy a hacer va a ser cambiar a Amelia por Andrew. Y voy con Phobos y Andrew. Tendré el carisma, me faltará... Bueno. No tengo muy buena reputación con todos en general, ¿eh? De hecho, la tengo mejor con Amelia... No, con Nisha. Vale, pues voy con Phobos y Andrew. Hola, ¿qué tal? Le he puesto un casquito a Phobos, de soldado. Mira qué mono que está. Si es que de verdad está más guapo. ¡Ay! ¡Ay, qué cosa más guapa! Vale, vamos para allá, a ver si podemos ir para el domo. Hostia, tenemos que ir a Ophir. Sendero de la sombra de Aurora, sendero de la sombra. Viejo domo. Pero el viejo domo... Ah, coño. Domo perdido. Ah, hostias. No me había dado cuenta de esto. Vale, vamos a por el domo perdido. No podrás volver hasta haber completado misión. Pues muy bien.
How this dome will match up to the one in Ophir.
The one in Ophir? That was your Technomancer hideout, right? I was always curious, but I wasn't allowed near it. Due to confidential shit.
Yes, it used to be some sort of museum. It was a fascinating place.
Looks more like a pile of rocks to me. Let's hope this other one is in better shape. Otherwise, that doohickey thingamajig you're looking for will be really hard to find.
If the dome is really off the grid, then it could still be in good condition. But we should be ready for anything. The scavengers could have beat us to the punch and scrapped and sold it. How big is it? Should we be able to spot it from afar?
I wouldn't bet on it. If I understood correctly, there'll be some small housing domes. But what we're interested in is the archives of these ancient inhabitants.
Pequeños domos tipo vivienda.
What a funny little... The offspring of those who built the dome probably reside in our cities. Or perhaps even one of us is a great... And yet here we are, chasing after old ruins so we can
Pues sí,
rummage for
esta es la misión de los tecnomantes, Scott. Deberías saberlo ya, tanto que has estudiado.
We have the turmoil to thank for that.
I find humans' curiosity towards the domes curious. Why do you pursue them and other artifacts with such
Pues
zealotry?
porque el pasado no hay que
I don't
olvidarlo.
want to be mean, Phobos, but as a mutant, you've become something else. Isn't it hard to keep revering something that brings back memories of those who used and exploited you?
Yes, but no matter what happens, Earth is a forbidden fruit, and for that, we choose to forge ahead and not dawdle in the past.
I can't wait to see it. I've never seen an intact colonial dome. There are only a few ruins in the canyon leading to Noctis, and they are in such a terrible state. Most are so badly destroyed that you'd need a pretty strong imagination to call them domes.
Están guay
This is the famous
estas conversaciones
dome
de
What do
entre
you hope to
tramos.
find here, Zach? You never did tell me what you were hoping to find in these ruins.
I made a promise, a vow as a technomancer, that I'd find a way to contact Earth. So
Pues sí.
finding a beacon
Y
would
tú
mean
deberías saber, Andrew.
everything.
Hell of a vow, Zach. Usually I only make promises I know I can keep. I admire the persistence in the impossible. Though I'm not sure there's a beacon here.
No sé, lo veremos
This
ahora.
dome doesn't look particularly important.
These are remnants. Nothing but remnants of our ancestors. But these remnants are worth following if they lead to Earth. Is that what you're thinking, Zachariah?
That's what I hope
Pues
for.
no lo sé.
I can't blame your curiosity, but don't forget Mars.
Vale, vamos a
This is
ver.
your home,
Ah, pues no es
our
grande.
home, and
Encontrar
we
las
should make the
reliquias,
best
un
of
banco de
it and
trabajo.
avoid losing our heads in the stars.
Vamos para allá. ¿Estos gente enemigos o gente viviendo? Vaya, enemigos. Estos tienen más vida, ¿eh? ¿Dónde ibas? Vale, quedas tú. ¡Ay, ay, Andrew! Métele con todo, hombre. Muy bien. Prosigamos. Coño, amiguetes. Quiero salir de aquí, coño. Ahí. A ver, vámonos. Vale. El que dispara ya está muerto. El del escudo también. Hala, cascarla. Y tú, vamos a hacerte un combo. Patapam. Vale. ¡Ay, te habían matado, Fobos! Pobre chico. Continuemos. Uy. Ya decía yo que esto tenía mala pinta. ¡Hostias! Un oso hormiguero gigante. Succionador. ¿Qué? ¿No reacciono o qué? Coño. Hostias, hostias. Bueno, no parece muy potente, ¿no? Así entre nosotros. Joder, casi he pasado. Ay, no me ha dado. Toma ya. A cascarla. Hostias, qué bueno. Qué bueno. Pues sale, continuemos.
A Technomancer.
Hostia.
Gonna need your help, Andrew.
Ah, mira, suerte que lo
My
trae.
help's what you'll get, buddy.
Aunque esto me suena que aquí la vamos a liar. ¡Hostia! Hola, ¿qué tal?
Zachariah Rogue in the flesh. Guess some rumors are true after all.
¿Qué coño hace aquí a las Manser?
Time to take out the trash. Kill them all.
¡Uy, qué susto me ha dado! Tío, pobre Alan Manser está pillando. ¡Uy, que viene el otro gordo! Toma, fastíate. Y tú también. A cascarla. ¿Qué queda ese? Vale, pues venga, vamos a hacerle un combo guapo. Ole.
Angry rivalry with this Alan. He reminds me of someone. My own negative alter ego. Like Alan is yours. A shadowed reflection of
va?
He's not that poetic. He's just a piece of shit. Plain and simple. Now let's just go.
¿Dónde va? Y lo dejamos ir. Así con todo el morro. Vamos a pillar esto. A ver, una buena armadura no estaría mal, ¿eh? Bueno. Aceptable. Uy, chaqueta de cadete. Eso podría molar. Vale, pues vamos a ver esto.
This tablet's obviously ancient, but the text's undecipherable. This'll make for one hell of a translation job. Great Master Ian's the only one who could have read it. Maybe Dandolo's heard of another Technomancer.
Sí, porque Ian ya va a ser complicado, ¿eh? Patience. ¿Qué es Patience? Ah, vale, encontrar a alguien capaz de descifrar la tablilla. Venga, pues vamos para allá.
Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level.
Vale, estamos volviendo.
Talk about climbing the corporate ladder, right?
Mira nivel.
Fucker's now the alpha technomancer of abundance.
How can he vouch for Victor, the man who caused the death of our great master? I knew Alan was ambitious, but to that extent?
There will always be men who will sell out for phony rewards. Give him a medal, a pompous title, and he'll ask you where and when to turn in his mother. This infection of uncurbed greed happens even among mutants. Just look around.
Ah, pues no me he dado cuenta de que algunos eran mutantes. Ah, los grandotes quizá.
And they can be the harshest of them all, disciplining for the sake of breaking in their batons.
Taught your rival a lesson. Now we should know better than to run after you.
If I know Alan, it'll only get worse.
At least we found some information, even if we can't read it. How's your ancient hieroglyphics, Zach?
Pues muy mal.
No, I can't. Nobody I know can, except Great Master Ian. It's a coded language that's nearly impossible to learn.
Dandolo will find you a translator. Let's hope it's worth it, and not something boring like a soup recipe.
Está la cosa. Hostia, investigar la desaparición de Scott. Nos ha jodido. Se nos ha alargado. A lo mejor es algo de su hijo. Vamos a ver qué tenemos por aquí. Vale, tenemos la de Dandolo. Y Scott. Sí, vamos a ver qué ha pasado. Y aquí le preguntamos sobre Scott. Bueno, vamos a subir el nivel, eso sí. Además nos han dado aquí puntito. Voy a subir ya el de trampas, forzar cerraduras, para tener los 2 puntitos y así ya podré tener los 3 sin necesidad de llevar a Nisha, que lo quería ya. Vale, perfecto. Y el puntito de habilidad aquí, que ya teníamos... Ah, ya teníamos la perfecto. Genial. Voy a ir a por la patada, la de derribar al enemigo con ataque desestabilizador. Esta me interesa. Ahí está. Vale, tenemos aquí arriba dándolo. Imagino que estará con su amiguita, ¿cómo no? Uy, mira, la dejabas.
Zachariah, what can I do for you?
Ah, mira, aquí lo tenemos, sobre Scott. Vale, primero, traductor.
They found some ancient documents. Looks like they date back to the settlers, but they're written in a language I can't read.
I thought you technomancers were so well versed in our old dialect.
Oye, pero yo soy novato aún, aunque sea
Maybe
gran
Aurora.
maestro.
In abundance, we're soldiers first and last. We learned some colonial knowledge during training, but the languages are barely taught. The Great Master was the only one who had that kind of knowledge.
So now you need a technomancer from Aurora to translate. I might know of someone, a renegade of sorts who left Shadowlair to become a hermit. Word was, though, your former comrades captured him. If he managed to hide what he was, he's probably a captive in one of their forced labor camps.
Bueno.
And getting to him won't be easy.
Exactly. But if you want your document translated, you might just have to find a way.
Vale, ir al campo de reeducación. Muy bien. Y sobre la desaparición de Scott.
I'm looking for my friend Scott. He just disappeared. Any idea where he could have gone?
Can't say that I have. He's not at the caravansary, though. If you want, I can check with my informants.
Pero no estaría mal.
Might have joined the caravan that just left, though. Your pal looked like he was missing Ophir, honestly. Then again, maybe he was kidnapped. Never can tell.
Just let me know if you hear anything. I need to find him. Thanks for the help.
My pleasure, as always.
Vale. Vale. Pues para todo me tengo que ir. Para todo me tengo que ir fuera. Ir al campo de reeducación. Esto no estaría nada mal, ¿eh? Vamos para allá.
I think I know the camp Dandolo mentioned
mira.
to you. It sounds like their main camp, so I wouldn't be surprised if the man you're looking for is there. And I want to go with you. Have a few things to settle there.
Vale.
This is important to me, Zachariah. What they do to the prisoners there is inhuman. I just want to help as many as I can.
You're not telling me something, are you?
I was a prisoner there once. I can't tell you what they did to me. I'm just asking
Por
you.
supuesto.
Take me with you.
I get why you'd want to free him, but it also makes me nervous about letting you tag along. If we get there and you let your emotions run away with you, it's my life you're risking too.
You know me better than that. You've seen me keep my cool in the worst situations. Think about it all you want, but I'm the one who knows that camp by heart, remember? It's gonna be more dangerous for you to go in without me.
Vale, pues por supuesto la vamos a llevar, evidentemente. A ver, la cuestión es ¿qué quitamos? Andrew es que me gusta por el carisma, que me da ese puntito extra de carisma. Vamos a quitar a Phobos, que total me da la exploración y más peso. Vamos a poner a Nisha. Y ahora la clave sería... ¿Cambio a Melia por Andrew? Va a ser que no. Vale, Andrew y Nisha. Perfecto. Pues vamos para allá. A ver... El campo. Por aquí no hay nada. Aquí tenemos Ophir, que paso de ir. Valles Marineris me sigue activa. Debe ser aquí donde está el topo, imagino. Y aquí tenemos ir al campo de reeducación. Pues venga, vamos para allá.
What can we expect at this camp?
Judging from Nisha's face, not something pretty. I feel like I'm driving a hearse.
Whatever you're thinking, it's 1,000 times worse. You're taking us to hell.
But aren't they called work camps?
More like prisons, where the primary goal is to break spirits and destroy free will. Their final products are submissive beings akin to farm animals, and their methods end up destroying some and brainwashing the others.
This Aurora Technomancer we search for must be hiding in plain sight. They'll be very discreet, so we'll have to look for someone normal. Almost too normal.
I hope we're able to free the other prisoners. We could help them get a fresh start in Noctis.
Pues sí.
I know you want to sit with the cool kids, but my rover can only hold so many people. Sorry, can't take everyone.
Vale.
If we can distract the guards, I can get Dandolo to send a rescue team. It wouldn't be the first time he's done that.
If Dandolo can bring the manpower, we can bring the
Perfecto.
diversion. We'll free them.
Me parece un plan fantástico y maravilloso. Llevo a Andrew y Nisha. Perfecto, a ver qué tenemos. Hombre, pues esto pequeño no es, para empezar. Aquí tenemos lo de ir al campo, que imagino que será toda esta parte de aquí. Madre mía. Vamos para allá. Uy, por aquí ya tenemos peña.
Words alone cannot express my hatred for this place.
I warned you.
You misunderstand, Zach. Coming back here
Ay, nos han visto. Vaya.
armed, with my rights returned to me, it's priceless. Thank you for bringing me. I can't tell you.
Vale, el gordo fuera. No ves a Nisha, hombre. Cansinos. Venga, sigamos inspeccionando esto. Mira, acabamos de pillar la llave de las celdas de adiestramiento. Genial. Sí podemos intentar salvarlos, ya que se nos han activado por aquí. Venga, seguimos limpiando.
I won't be able to force this lock. I need a key.
Anda, mira, aquí abajo tenemos un bichico. Vamos a darle una sorpresa, ¿no? Aunque yo creo que de la arena van a salir más. Uy, ¿qué me ha dado? A ver, vente para acá. Ole. Sigamos. Hostia, sorpresa. Al suelo que te has ido y ahí que has pillado. ¿Quién queda? ¡Hala! 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 Vale, listo. Andrew, tranquilo, tranquilo, que ya está. Se ha pasado, ya está. Ya está, Andrew, tranquilo. Venga, vamos a seguir, que aquí tenemos... Ah, bueno, aquí tenemos que rescatar a la peña esta. Vamos a coger los objetitos primero. Y rescatamos a estos, a ver si ya lo podemos hacer directamente. A ver... Además voy con Nisha. Que vamos, puedo abrir todo. Todo, todo. Fortaleza dura, por supuesto. Tenemos a Nisha. Vale, nivel a los prisioneros. 1 de 6, perfecto. Y aquí tendremos a los otros. Además, puedo usar la llave, pero... Porque tengo la llave, pero es que ¿para qué? Si lo tengo. 2 de 6. Vale, vamos a la siguiente sala. Uy, mira, mira. Que lo puedo abrir todo, todo, que llevo a Nisha. Vamos a ver que aquí hay más. ¡Hostias! Han aparecido enemigos. ¡Ay, coño! Que tengo uno detrás. No lo había visto. Vamos a dar la vuelta, como que no quiere la cosa, así como disimulando. A ver, el maldito de los disparos. ¡Hala! A cascarla. Vamos a abrir a estos. Ole, otro más rescatado. Aquí hay otro. No me da puntitos, creo, abrirlo normal. Pero bueno, está lo mismo, ¿no? Vamos a coger esto, no se nos olvide. Aunque bueno, os lo suelo quitar siempre. Pero como aquí hay esto, pues ¿para qué cortar? A ver, aquí. No me dan ni las gracias ni nada, O sea, es que esta vergüenza. Y último. Creo que es el último, ¿no? Ole, 6 de 6. Opcional. Conseguido. A ver, ¿qué nos queda? Vale, pues ya nos queda ir a por el Technomancer Aurora. Pues vale, vamos para allá. Ah, mira, nos dice que abramos la puerta para que huyan. Ah, perfecto. Ole. Nisha, reputación más 2, karma más 2. Sí, señor. Sí, señor. Vale, prosigamos. Hostia, ¿qué está pasando? Hostia, Nisha, esto creo que te va a traer recuerdos de algo.
Nisha, are you alright?
Oh, oh. Pero yo quiero entrar ahí. Nisha, reputación más 2. Ole. Bueno, poneré más por aquí. Pues hala, sigamos.
Hey, are you Professor Charles?
Uy, ¿y este quién es?
I am. And you? You are. What does a technomancer want?
Long story, Professor. Just know I'm a friend of Scott's. We looked for you in Ophir. Even got our hands on some of your notes, but
My research notes? On technomancers? How? I coded them to make sure those ASC
¿qué te
thugs
crees?
couldn't read them. Did you manage to read them?
I just gave them to Scott.
Oh, good. Good. I'm sure he deciphered them with no trouble.
Tenía que haber llevado a Amelia.
Eccentric, I know, a little unstable even, especially since he lost his child. But even still, he is the greatest mind in abundance. A genius who's focused his research on people like you. Technomancers. I'm sure my notes, which I pray no one but you and Scott will see, will be a great service to him. I was able to prove nothing, really, but my work pointed to a high probability that the abilities of your kind stemmed from what Earthlings called gene therapy.
Not sure what that means, Professor.
Yes, of course. They modified genes to cure disease, provoked mutations, modifications that got passed on to offspring as well. Look,
bueno, pues estoy aquí para liberarte.
A theory I will never get to test now, I'm afraid. Being held here. Well, I suppose it's better this way. Undeniably incredible research, but research that could also, unfortunately, lead to the enslavement of your kind. Cast you as just another mutation to be contained, you know. Afraid of what they don't know. And while I'm sure there was good intention in their creation of your mutation, no one can say what that reason is.
Can you keep this a secret, Professor?
My lips are sealed. Now and forever. No one else will
Me
ever
alegro,
be
no te
privy to
chives.
my research.
Charles.
Thank you, Professor. Take care.
Pero que take care. Pero libéralo, pero vete. O sea, un poco absurdo, ¿no? O sea, bueno, nada, aquí sigues prisionero. Como si no hubiera pasado. Madre mía.
Hello, I'm looking for someone. Rather,
What is the man doing in the camp?
he was locked up here because he was living away from corporations. He's a technomancer like me, but way older. And he comes from Aurora.
He is not sure, but he believes he recognized that the old man had the Aurora way of speaking.
No lanza rayos, es
Thinks that the
mecánico.
man is mistaken,
Y no muy
because
bueno.
He is not a technomancer. He
Sigo
doesn't
pensando
make
que tendría que haber
lightning
venido con
bolts.
Amelia.
He is a mechanic, not a good mechanic.
En vez de
Thank you
Andrew.
very much for the information.
A ver si te sabe algo más.
Hello, I'm looking for...
A man? He doesn't mingle.
Alright, I understand.
Vale. Este nada. Este es prisionero.
I'm looking for an old man. He's from Aurora, and he used to be a technomancer.
Well, you're looking for him in the wrong place. It's true that there's a guy with a funny way of speaking, but I can't believe...
Who is that man?
His name's George. An old guy, as you said.
llama
and
George.
The way he speaks sounds funny. Anyway,
This could mean that he studied within the elite in a corporation. Hello, I'm looking for a man.
A technomancer. Here. You must be
Ah,
mistaken,
será
my
este.
boy. There is no technomancer here. The prisoners of war are sent elsewhere. Here we are taught to think like good citizens of abundance.
Ah, pues no. Pues nada, sigamos buscando. Ah, será este, coño, no lo había visto.
Hello, I'm looking for a prisoner. An old man from Aurora. He's a former technomancer.
there are no technomancers here. He would be killed right away or sent to a camp as a prisoner of war. You're in the wrong camp. This here is a rehabilitation camp for deviants, dissenters. It's supposed to get us to think right again. Sorry, I don't see.
Maybe he hid what he was. He used to live far from the corporation. Maybe they mistook him for a deviant, an outcast. But he must have kept some of his mannerisms or accent from Aurora.
That could be George. I've always thought that he had a funny way of talking. He works as a mechanic.
Ah, pues
He
no es
really
este.
looks burned out. But the funny thing is, I once heard him say he was barely 50. You think he was at least 20 years older. He must have had a really bad life.
Uy,
Worse than
estamos
ours.
cansados.
That could be him. Technomancy tends to age us faster. Thank you.
What that old man did was pretty amazing. Didn't manage to let a single person know he was a technomancer or from a rival corporation.
Sí, lo
All
sé,
while the
Andrew.
camp made to break you. Made to brainwash you. That's no ordinary man.
No one would know how much willpower a technomancer
Ah,
needs
sí
to
que era el de la
resist more than you.
puntita. Ay, qué jodido mentiroso.
How old are you? 70?
50 years old, but I had a hard life. Unfortunately, that leaves its mark.
Like technomancy takes its toll as well.
I don't know what you mean. I don't know anything about technomancy. You should talk to someone else.
I've heard that mechanics isn't your forte. It's a good hideout, isn't it?
The person who told you that I'm not good is simply bad-mouthing me.
If you say so. But this doesn't explain the way you speak. Polished for a mechanic. Listen, let's cut to the chase. Just let me look at your temples and that'll be it.
You are the pain in the neck, you know that. Very well. I am the one you are looking for, and your relentless questioning puts me in jeopardy.
Lo siento, pero te necesito.
I specifically came to this camp in order to find you. You brought back a dome lost in the sands, a tablet that I'm unable to translate.
It is written in the settlers' coded language, one they use for their important data. By all means, I can translate it, but this type of thing can take time.
Bueno,
and
pues
I
vente
can't do
conmigo.
it here.
Come with us to Noctis. I am sure that you'll find a place to stay.
Noctis.
The city of the merchants. It's an independent city. There you won't have to fear Aurora or abundance.
Well then, I'll follow you.
Así me gusta. Ole. Llevarlo conmigo. Vale, supongo que ahora tocará defender, ¿no? Imagino. Correcto. Ay, señor. Pues ahora, vamos para allá.
Boy, am I glad to leave this place.
Coño, qué rápido nos hemos ido.
I don't care where you take me. Anywhere is better than prison.
It stank like fucking death in there. I don't know what to say. I feel ashamed. I'm from Abundance. What they do to people in there, inhuman.
To think that even Ophir looks like a paradise after seeing such a place. I am grateful, however, for we managed to save a few souls.
You okay, Nisha?
No, not really. I don't want to talk about it right now.
I get that the place could have triggered some bad memories. I'm sorry, Nisha.
Hello. This is Patience, the Technomancer you told me about.
Ah, nice. Free of that shadow-forsaken labor camp. Must have been a living hell. A sincere pleasure to meet you.
Yes, nice to be free, but to be honest, I'm now stuck with no place to go. Can't and won't go back to Aurora. And Abundance was always so accommodating that I can't imagine the hospitality if they had known about my talents. Damn the ASC. And ever since my little desert refuge has been discovered, it's become a tad less cozy. Here I am, no roof, no real belongings. Only thing I have is this guy here who won't leave me alone until I translate some ancient text for him.
Well, I can't help with Mr. Mancer's needs for a translator, but I can give you a roof. It's the Noctis way, for we say, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. Welcome to your new home, Patience. There are some empty houses in the northern part of the city. I'm sure we can set you up there.
Thank you, and a sincere pleasure to meet you, Dandolo.
¡Ole! Coño, 2 días va a tardar en traducirlo. ¿Pero qué es esto? Vale, pues vamos a descansar. Y esperamos un par de días. Y vamos para allá. Vale, pues ya hemos descansado. Así que... vamos para allá. Vale, aquí está. Vamos para adentro. A ver qué nos ha descubierto.
Looks like Patience is gone.
Hostia.
Judging by the mess, I doubt he left willingly. Bet you all the serum in the world the fucking ASC's behind all this. They need to be stopped before they overrun Noctis. And I need to find Patience. Fuck, and the tablet.
Me cago en la. ¿Qué nos ha dicho? Averiguar dónde se han llevado a Patience. Madre mía, pues nos tenemos que ir fuera. No. No. No tenemos misión aquí de ningún tipo. Pues nada, pues hay que volver a Ophir. O a por el sapo, una de dos. Vamos para allá. Pues estamos de viaje hacia Ophir. A ver si interrogamos a la peña. Uy. Qué calladitos que estábamos en el viaje, ¿no? Vale, ¿a quién tenemos por aquí? Al intercambio con Elisa. Ay, mira, si subimos por aquí la pillamos enseguida, creo. Vale, vamos a ir para allá. Aquí la tenemos. Aquí la tenemos. Vamos a ver.
Captain, good to see you. I found refuge in a city that doesn't belong to Abundance, if you can believe it. But it seems that Victor managed to infiltrate it. I know I'm asking a lot from you, but if you have any information on this...
We're talking about an act of aggression toward a foreign power, and what I'm telling you is akin to treason, Zachariah. It's almost sure that Victor is preparing an attack upon our refuge city, but not with our own troops. From what I was told, he has hired mercenaries and even embedded some of his men. The craziest part of the story is that he's preparing a war without an army, with the sole goal of capturing you. At this stage, that verges on psychosis. He's obsessed with you. Watch out. He's becoming more and more vicious. He won't stop at anything to capture you and your Technomancer colleagues.
Thank you, Captain.
Vale. Pues nos queda... Bull, que tenemos que ir al subsuelo. Ay, mira, tenemos aquí la de matar un sapo corazón en el subsuelo. Y en los barrios bajos. Vale. Procedamos. Que no me deis. Vale, a cascarla. Y hemos subido de nivelito. Vamos a ver qué nos han dado. Oh, es solo una habilidad, qué triste. Aquí en el 31 un atributo, en el 33. Bueno, un nivelito más. Vale, aquí ya teníamos... Ah, aquí no tenemos todavía la de zona. Aquí ya tenemos este, que es lo que me interesaba. Vamos a ver la de zona. Vale, vamos a pillar la de derribar. Ahí está. Sigamos. Vale, está arriba. Vamos a ver qué nos cuenta.
Hey, over here. Please.
¿Y
I
tú
need
quién
to talk
eres?
to you.
About what?
You don't know me, and I want to keep it that way. But I'll tell you, I'm with the opposition, and I know you're a wanted man too. ASC's hunting you.
¿Quién es este?
Heard you're quite the traveler. Keeping that in mind, my cell chief thinks we might be able to scratch each other's backs a little, considering we have the same enemies. He's got a deal for you. He'll be hiding in the back of the Curiosities, waiting for you.
Todo será una trampa, ¿no?
All right. Sure.
Periódico clandestino. ¡Ah! ¡Qué bueno! Bulgakov. A ver.
Hey, officer. Should I be worried about your visit?
If I was still an officer, maybe. I'm as much on the run as you are now.
Maybe I should start calling you something else then. What's your name?
Zachariah.
A pleasure, Zachariah. How can I help you?
Presencia SC Noctis.
I'm afraid that the ASC managed to infiltrate the city where I'm currently living. Thought that maybe you could help me. You seem to be up to date on what they do.
Victor. Our nemesis. Very well. I'll tell you what I know. Victor got his hands on a commercial caravan. Tortured its members in order to find out the location of their notorious secret city. The mysterious Noctis. He managed to send some of his men there. So take this with a grain of salt. But now I'm convinced Victor's got both mercenaries and religious dignitaries on the payroll there. Watch out, Zachariah.
Thank you, Bulgakov.
Ah, genial.
I know the ASC's in Noctis, and I bet they got in pretending to be the crew of that caravan.
Sí.
They gotta be embedded in the population by now, hiding in plain sight. If they're pretending to be merchants among real merchants, that's not gonna fly too long. If they were smarter, they would have come in as refugees. Better start asking around. I'm sure folks aren't buying it.
Vale, guay. Vale, vamos aquí a hablar con este. Mal rollo, ¿no? Ah, mira el predicador, lo imaginaba.
Hi. Hello there, Mr. Mancer. Good to see you.
Vamos a preguntar sobre el estado.
How have you been coping with the ASC's rise to power?
It's not me I'm worried about. You have no idea the number of our people who've been arrested, tortured, killed. But all of Victor's brutality is starting to backfire. The people are getting fed up. They're joining us in droves. Problem is, it's not easy to organize everyone, especially when we don't know who the ASC spies are and aren't. But we still need to get the truth out to the people. It's the reason our publications are so important. It's just one voice of reason, standing up against the relentless lies and propaganda the regime's spreading. It's... I'm sorry, I'm sure I'm just preaching to the choir.
Venga, vamos a ofrecer la ayuda.
I heard you thought we might be able to help each other.
You heard right. Me and my group publish the real news, so people get to hear what's really going on past the propaganda. Problem is, we're having trouble getting reliable information. As you can imagine, we're being hunted too, which makes it harder to meet up with our informers, a lot of whom are turning up dead. Rumor is the army's reducing its number of troops, but it's just a rumor for now.
I could probably talk to my former captain to verify it.
Otra vez,
What you're
no.
looking for?
No. We also know that we lost the war to Aurora, but don't have any details about it. Not a single soldier even came back from the front. We want to know what happened. How'd we lose?
Dandolo's probably heard and probably has a better political perspective and understanding of it than anyone else I'd know. That it?
No. One last thing. We heard about a rebellion in a
campo de
prison camp a
prisioneros.
while back. But it wasn't the prisoners who rose up. It was the mutants working there. Heard a lot escaped.
And do you want to know details? Sure.
O sea,
For that,
tres
I can go right to the
submisiones.
source. Mutants have settled down in a place I know. I'll see if I can get some answers for you. I'll be back when I find them.
It would be a big help. Looks like I wasn't wrong in asking you. Be careful out there.
Madre mía. Pues telita, ¿eh? Telita, telita lo que se nos ha abierto aquí con este tipejo. Madre mía. Investigar la caravana sospechosa, tener información de los mercaderes, interrogar al predicador. Aquí nada, averiguar dónde se han llevado a Patience. Este queda pausada. La del sapo, que tengo que encontrarlo. Desaparición de Scott. Y el periódico, madre mía. Información, derrotar, interrogar. Uf, madre mía, pues tenemos un buen porrón. Pues lo vamos a dejar aquí, que ya hemos... Míralo, este, Andrew, que se ha quedado ahí como haciendo ejercicio. Lo dejamos aquí y seguimos en el siguiente. Hasta luego.